can't believe you came back for us. You saved our lives.
Lieutenant, you took a direct hit. How do you feel?
Today's video is sponsored by Oculus, Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, and the Meta Quest 2. If you guys have been around the channel for any amount of time at all, then you know I'm a huge advocate for virtual reality. That's why it's an absolute pleasure to be able to make this video and tell you about the Quest 2 and my experience in Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. If you've been around for a while, then you know that I've been using a Rift S for over a year as part of my PC gaming setup. I've really been looking forward to the opportunity to get my hands on the Quest 2. The Quest 2 is a standalone VR platform, and a brand new one arrived to my house just the other day. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, let's go. Alright, it says inside the box, it's got the VR headset, silicone cover for facial interface, 2 touch controllers, 2 AA batteries, power adapter, glasses, spacer, and the charging cable. Awesome. That's awesome. So the smaller, like the form factor is already a lot smaller than I'm used to with the Rift. It's like even the touch controllers look like they're a little bit smaller. Same kind of button layout, right? But they're a little bit smaller, more compact in your hand. That makes sense given the mobile nature, like the super accessible nature of the Quest 2. This is my charging adapter, I bet. Yeah, charging adapter, little instruction booklet in there. And then the Quest headset itself. It's got some heft to it, you know, but it makes sense because it's a all-in-one headset as opposed to like the Rift S that I've played on in the past. The Quest does not require a PC. You don't have to plug it into a PC. It can run completely by itself. Comes with this little silicone face covering that's really awesome. Looks like it ships with the foam, and you can probably put the silicone in there as well. Cool. Awesome. I want to get this thing going. Let's play some freaking Medal of Honor, huh? When the Quest 2 arrived at the house, I was giddy like a little boy on Christmas, and I was thrilled to see that the packaging was exquisite and the setup was extremely user-friendly. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond on the Quest 2 is developed by Respawn Entertainment. It's the latest installment in a legendary franchise that I've been a huge fan of since its original installment over 20 years ago. On the Quest 2, Medal of Honor Above and Beyond allows you to play completely wireless. All you have to do is boot up the Quest, throw on the headset, grab the controllers, and you can immediately start to game. It features 6 single-player missions where a player is transported into the boots of a combat engineer recruited to join the OSS. As all of you guys know, the OSS is the forerunner of the modern CIA.
And in the single-player mode, you conduct espionage and sabotage operations behind enemy lines during World War II. Maybe even more interesting to me, and certainly exciting because it delivers all of that replayability that we all look for in the games that we love, is the wide array of multiplayer options available for Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. The multiplayer modes in Medal of Honor Above and Beyond feel classic and arcade-like in the way that they're played. But in virtual reality, an arcade game isn't your typical point-and-click sort of adventure. Instead, it's extremely intuitive how you control the weapon systems, how you throw grenades, how you communicate with your teammates, and despite it being about moving quick, rapidly finding targets, and engaging them on the move, it is just as much about teamwork and communication, understanding where you should be pointing your weapon, being able to rapidly get a good sight picture, and understanding when you should be transitioning to handheld devices, throwing frags, and using special equipment. The player versus player content in Medal of Honor Above and Beyond falls into 6 categories, some of which are likely familiar to you, but some that are a completely new take on PvP. Among the classic modes are Domination, where you have to take and hold territory with your team. Holding the territory then grants your team victory points, and the more you hold, the faster you accumulate those points, and whichever team has accumulated the most points at the end of the time limit wins the round. We played Domination on a couple of maps. My favorite was the Sub Pen. This is an underground U-boat base where it's extremely cramped. There's a lot of CQB, a lot of close quarters combat, close quarters battle, and the map is bisected by this water feature with the submarine that runs right down the middle of it. So you have to run up on the catwalk or take one of the long flanking movements all the way around the perimeter of the map to get to these points of domination so that you can hold them and rack up those points for your team. It results in an extremely hectic and an extremely wild player versus player experience.
Take the beach on the ground. Working on it.
Oh,
How y'all doing?
I'll take those nades if you don't want them. I'm stuck. Help!
What is happening?
No, I just fell into the
Where am I
water.
walking?
Oh, we don't have air. It's probably not a good one.
Dominating.
Oh, I captured for down here.
Team Deathmatch is another classic mode, and it plays exactly as you would expect. Your team versus the enemy team. The team with the most kills at the end of the timer, or the first to achieve this set number of kills, wins the game. This is a classic way to play. It's extremely fun to communicate with your teammates, provide cover for one another, and you end up in some pretty chaotic gunfights that are just extremely rewarding, especially in VR. And I love the way that the gunfights feel in Medal of Honor because you've got these classic World War II weapons like the Thompson and the Garand and the STG-44, and it's just immediately going to take you back to all those games you grew up with, absolutely loving from the World War II era, and it's just such a blast to be able to have that in your hands in virtual reality. Deathmatch is a free-for-all. It's you versus every single other enemy player. These turn into an all-out sprint around the map, rapidly finding targets, shooting targets, and moving on to the next one. Occasionally, you'll find yourself in a 1v2 or a 1v3, and sometimes you work it out, sometimes you don't, but it gives you those chances for those incredibly exciting moments where it's you against all odds, but somehow, some way, you manage to dig yourself out. Or you don't.
Oh, you made it to second place! Keep pushing!
Two of the unique modes that are available only in Medal of Honor Above and Beyond are Mad Bomber and Blast Radius. And Mad Bomber, each player is able to plant a bomb and defuse bombs. So you've got, instead of a grenade, this timed bomb on your chest. And you're granted points every time you plant a bomb or every time you defuse a bomb. When you plant your bomb, there's a timer associated with it, and other people are going to try to locate it and disarm it. Of course, you can also kill enemy players with your bomb, and they can kill you with theirs. So this turns into like a mobile objective mode where you can use your bomb as a booby trap and then fight from a location around your bomb, trying to lure the enemy players into your trap so that it detonates right when they are near it. But watch out for the enemy, because they're going to be trying to do the exact same thing to you. Blast Radius is an absolutely hilarious take on a couple of old school concepts. It blends game modes like King of the Hill, Team Deathmatch, and Domination into one, and then it adds a twist. You spawn in and you're by yourself, and you don't have any teammates to help you out, and an objective will appear on the map. You have to get to that objective, capture it, and then fight from it. If you kill enemy players from within that objective, you get more points than you would otherwise. And the catch is, while you're in that objective, special equipment will spawn in it, namely a Panzerfaust or a Piat, shoulder-fired anti-tank munitions that can then be used to help you aid in the defense of that circle. After a period of time, that circle will despawn and a new objective will appear elsewhere on the map. You have to move to that location and repeat the process. 3 objectives in total appear, 1 every couple of minutes, and then whoever has the most points at the end of the round wins. I really enjoyed this one, thought it was super exciting and hectic, and an absolute blast, pun intended, to get in there, grab the shoulder-fired munitions, and launch rockets at the others as they were trying to attack the position. Survival mode can be played solo, and it's a really exciting take on a survival horde wave of enemy style game mode. You spawn in with nothing but a pistol, and you face just wave after wave of enemies over a given period of time. And you have to scrounge the map to find ammunition, to find grenades, to find health, and then pick up the weapons off of each of the enemies you kill. I played this one and I immediately started to feel claustrophobic and helpless. And I found myself shooting at the bad guys, immediately running up, grabbing the weapons off of their body and scrounging for ammo and being very careful about when and how I fired my weapons, because I didn't want to give my position away, and I also wanted to make sure that every time I pulled the trigger, I was making that shot count, because the ammunition scarcity really stacks up against you pretty quick, and it adds a whole nother level of stress to the game, but makes it that much more exciting and that much more immersive. Virtual reality is an extremely special experience, and Medal of Honor Above and Beyond on the Quest 2 does a great job of demonstrating exactly why. It's extremely accessible and intuitive. You can boot up the Quest 2, throw it on, and begin playing almost immediately. The mechanics feel fantastic, and the game is just absolutely fun. Like, it's gaming in its purest sense. It's just fun. And it feels like an extension of reality. We're in this constant state of redefining our own reality, and VR is just different. It's increasingly applicable as an entertainment platform, and it continues to grow in its utility. The MetaQuest 2 is really paving the way, and I believe that genuinely. It's a standalone headset that's extremely affordable. You can purchase the entry-level version for just $299, and you don't even need a gaming PC to be able to use it. That makes it, so far as I know, the only VR system that is truly standalone. You can download games off of the wireless internet, put them directly onto the Quest, and begin playing right away. And if you are a PC gamer with the right hardware and you want to get that next level of fidelity, all it takes is the link cable to connect the Quest to your PC so you can have that high quality experience. And we also know that AirLink is now available, so you can activate AirLink on the headset, connect directly to your computer, and enjoy all of your PC VR games completely wireless from the Quest 2. This technology continues to improve. Quest 2 is definitely the most accessible and the most exciting way to jump into virtual reality for the very first time. And it's a perfect selection as a gift for that person on your holiday list who's finally ready to make the leap into virtual reality. If you're ready to add the Oculus Quest and Medal of Honor Above and Beyond to your holiday plans, click on the link in the description below. I'm Controlled Pairs, and I play the most immersive tactical shooters and combat simulations in the world. This is Medal of Honor Above and Beyond on the Quest 2.